Are you stuck on keto and you can't figure out why? Even if you previously had all of the keto success, but now you can't get the freaking scale to move, watch this video to learn how starting an elimination diet on your keto plan could help. This whole elimination diet on keto hits home for me. I lost more than 100 pounds successfully following all of the keto advice out there before I had to add an elimination component to my plan. After months of feeling amazing and the scale going down week after week, it suddenly reversed directions, and despite ketosis readings above 1, my energy vanished. Whether you had some initial keto success at the start, but now your freaking scale won't move, or if the freaking scale never moved in the first place, you may need to test out an elimination diet to see if something you're eating is stalling your results. Unfortunately, many of our keto favorites are also some of the common foods a lot of people are sensitive to. Aww. This can ultimately cause a weight loss stall unless you take time to determine which foods are stalling your results. In today's video, I'm going to walk you through some of the steps you can take to start an elimination diet. This might be the very trick you need to get back to getting results. How to start an elimination diet. The first step you want to take to start an elimination diet is to become a jerfer. No, I didn't just call you a derogatory name. I told you to become a jerfer, as in someone who just eats real food. Since we live in a world abundant in food-like products, let's take a moment to review what real food even means. My definition of real food is food that grows in the ground, grows on a tree, or comes from an animal. No, my beloved dark chocolate does not meet this criteria. Aww. It's out of the plan, as are any other food products that don't fit that description. The next step you'll want to take is do a clean sweep. This means you'll be cutting out problematic foods for a minimum of 4 weeks, but more likely up to 8 weeks. If your digestion is up to par and you don't have any symptoms that go along with eating meats and fats like constipation, diarrhea, gas, burping, and more, then you might be able to get away with a shorter elimination period. If you do have any digestive issues, and you're only hurting yourself if you don't fess up here, then you should wait at least 8 weeks before you start to add any of these foods back in. When you're in your clean sweep period, you'll want to remove all of the processed foods you consume. That's the jerk part that we just talked about. Yes, you even need to remove the processed foods that proclaim keto-friendly on the front of the package. In fact, if the foods you're eating come in a package, that's really the first hint that you probably shouldn't be eating them on your elimination diet. Next, you need to remove trouble foods. I'll go over a list of common trouble foods in a minute, but if you know something that you have problems with doesn't make the list, that doesn't give you the go-ahead to add that food back in. If a food I don't talk about leads you to feeling bad in any way, ditch it during your elimination diet. Common foods you should remove during your clean sweep. You want to remove all processed foods, all sweeteners, which includes table sugar, cane syrup, artificial sweeteners, stevia, swerve, and other keto-friendly sweeteners, all grains in any form, along with all dairy in any form, all legumes, which includes soy and peanuts, which aren't actually nuts because they're legumes, and all alcohol. Yes, I said all alcohol in case you pretended not to hear that last one. Many people following an elimination diet will also need to avoid eggs, nuts, and seeds, nightshade vegetables, which can include tomatoes, potatoes, eggplants, peppers, which also includes black pepper, and other spices that are made from nightshade vegetables, which might include paprika or even cayenne pepper. Those dealing with autoimmune issues will need to avoid these foods. Now, if you're unsure if you're dealing with an autoimmune response, it's wise to avoid these foods during a clean sweep and add them back in to see if these foods are causing you problems. Now, at this point, you might be wondering what the heck you're even supposed to eat. I personally followed a much stricter elimination protocol for several months, so I can assure you, while it's probably not the most fun you'll have for 2 months, it is possible. I still can't attest if it's possible without crying, but it's possible. Basically, you'll want to focus on eating meats, low-carb veggies, and healthy fats that don't include any of the foods I just talked about. For a longer list of suggested foods, check out our Elimination Diet Guide, which you can get at chatthefat.com/episode 22. And now I bet you're wondering, how the heck do I follow this diet? The basic gist of an elimination diet is to remove potential problematic foods for at least 4 to 8 weeks. If you only follow an elimination diet-ish, it's not going to work for you. Aww. The potential problem foods need to be completely out of your diet for the entire duration. This means no getting jiggy with it on the weekends. Unless, of course, your definition of getting jiggy with it is different than my definition of getting jiggy with it. Once you hit your allotted time, be it anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks, reintroduce the potential problematic foods slowly and only one at a time. For instance, if you removed eggs and now you're ready to introduce them back into your plan, don't go out and eat a 3-egg omelet to start. Have a few bites of egg to see how you feel. If you do okay, have a little more the next day and slowly add on to see how you do. If you don't notice any difference, you're likely safe to add eggs back in and you can move to the next food that you want to reintroduce. You can then test this out with the next food option you'd like to add back in. Continue to test different foods and pay attention to how they make you feel, as well as any unwanted side effects. If you do notice unwanted side effects coming back after reintroducing a food, you'll want to keep that food out of your plan for even longer. Don't reintroduce more than one food at a time to start, and start with small amounts. If you're ready to learn even more about elimination diets and how to figure out if specific foods are stealing your keto results, tune into episode 22 of Chat the Fat. We get into even how keto-friendly foods can wreak havoc on your results. Check out chatthefat.com or listen on your favorite podcasting app. Don't forget to like, share, and comment on this video to help spread the healthy fat love. Also, we want to help others get unstuck on their keto plan. I'll be back next Wednesday to talk about 3 huge mistakes you're making with your intermittent fasting plan. Listen, adding intermittent fasting to your keto plan can provide amazing health benefits and speed up weight loss results, unless you're making these 3 huge mistakes. Tune in next week to learn how to kick up your intermittent fasting results.